My name is Larry Lessard. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering at McGill University. And I just did a one-year bike trip around the world to try to promote recycling and sustainability around the world. I call it the Bike 62 project because I was 62 years old when I left. I'm 63 now because I've been gone for a year. So that's basically it. I do research in materials, aerospace materials normally, but now I focus on recycling of these materials, especially materials that are difficult to recycle. And this is the kind of thing I was trying to promote around the world as I gave lectures in different universities. I went to 28 universities and gave lectures all around the world about this topic. So that's the short form of what I've done. I've been to 20 countries, 22,500 kilometers, and I've been gone 1 year, 1 month, and 12 days. So that's how long it took me.
Yes, Larry. When was finished your project? When was you arrived back to? You living in Montreal, you say?
I started July 1st, 2022, and I arrived in Montreal last Saturday, so August 12th, 2023.
Wow! So last Saturday, mean like a week ago. Wow.
Yes, I just arrived.
How you feel?
Well, my house is a mess, and I'm having trouble trying to get myself organized. I have to teach in 1 week, and reality is hitting. But I feel good. I've had a great trip, and no bad experiences. It was all good and inspiring and wonderful.
So have you been to any South American countries or Central America where people speak Spanish usually?
No, I was only in the Northern Hemisphere. I went across Europe and Southeast Asia and Japan, and then across Canada and a little bit of the United States. So I never went below the equator, unfortunately. I'm going to have to save that for another trip. Yeah, South America is a continent that I haven't visited much. I've been to Brazil and Chile and a little bit of Venezuela. So I really don't know South America very well. But I'm planning to go very soon. Who knows? Maybe next year. Even before I arrived last Saturday, I was already kind of planning my next travels because I knew I would have the post-travel depression. So I'm going to Copenhagen for a conference in 10 days. So I'm already traveling again. So not by bicycle this time, but just to Copenhagen for a short trip.
I think it's very important. Traveling is vital, and the human condition, I think.
Well, it's good for many things. It's good for the soul. It's good for learning. It's good for, just removing your inhibitions about people from other countries. So sometimes when you've never been to a country, you're just not sure. Is it dangerous? Is it this? Is it that? But as soon as you visit the country, you realize, wow, there's nice people everywhere. So it just kind of melts away your inhibitions. I have a theory that if everyone traveled, there wouldn't be any wars, because then you'd have friends in every country. You'd never want to attack the other country. So they should take the military budgets of the world and just make everyone travel.
Did you visit Spain?
Not on this trip, but I've been to Spain quite a few times in the past. I did a short bike trip in Mallorca, on the island of Mallorca. This is a cyclist paradise.
What about silence and solitude?
Well, I have some friends who they really like going to meditation retreats. You know, they're sold on this idea for, being able to think clearly. But I find that cycling, I don't necessarily have to have. I cycle with friends quite often, and on this trip, I've had many friends join me. But I don't mind cycling alone. I think it's a form of meditation. It's my form of meditation anyway. Just it's a time where you can think very clearly, and I'm never bored by it. So I find the solitude very good for the soul. So I like cycling with other people too. It's just another dynamic. But so on this trip, maybe I spent 1/3 of the time cycling with other people, and 2/3 of the time I was basically alone. And they were both enjoyable in their own way.
What about recycling yourself?
Well, recycling yourself, I guess I called it looking for the meaning of life. You know, there was something inside me before I left, and some of my friends, when I was cycling with them, they noticed. They said, you know, you look kind of lost. So maybe I was looking for the meaning of life or something like that. And I think I found it during my trip. It was quite simple, actually. I'm always looking for something else. When back home, my children, my family, my friends, I already had everything I needed in life. So I just didn't realize it. So now I don't need to go out and look for the meaning of life anymore. I already have it here. So the second half of my bike journey, I was completely content with this feeling. But I think if I hadn't left on the journey, I would always have this feeling that I needed to escape or go somewhere. So I had to go on the journey only to realize that I need to come back. So it's a good feeling now. I think I'm going to be a very happy person the rest of my life.
How you feel when I say nomadic lifestyle for a certain period of time?
Yeah, the quest for adventure. That I don't think I'll never lose that. And so, yeah, there's always a new adventure that awaits. And I think there's a lot of cyclists that I met along the way, and it seems like you too. That you know, one journey just doesn't do it. You know, you have to do it again, or travel in another form, or it could be cycling, walking, hiking, who knows? But I'm going to do this again sometime in the very near future. Maybe I won't do a year, but maybe I'll do 3 months, 6 months, but I'll do something. Or maybe I'll do one country at a time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, the day that I want to stay at home and play golf, shoot me and bury me in the ground, because I don't want that.
Now that you return back to for now to Canada, to Montreal, what do you think about human being?
About human beings?
Yeah.
In general, or
in general, because you see a lot of people, eh?
Oh yeah, I met so many people.
Yeah.
Because when you're traveling alone, you just tend to talk to more people.
Yeah.
So I found the experience very positive. So, you know, I was there to talk to people about recycling, and, you know, I met a lot of just very simple people, you know, regular people, and it seems like they all want to do their part, you know, they all want to do something. So, you know, and it's all over the world. People in Turkey and Vietnam and Thailand, they all seem to care, at least to some degree, and want the planet to be better. So I think about 99% of the people I met had this attitude. And it just seems to be a matter of organizing people to all achieve the same goal, which seems to be the harder part. But I'm very inspired, and I'm very, you know, positive about the future, because I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to make the planet better. So my experience with people then, because of this, has been very positive. And I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, watch out for your wallet in Cambodia," or, you know, "Be careful in Istanbul," or all these things. But I never had any problems like this. Maybe I was lucky, but it's a myth that there's danger all over the world. Most people are very good people. So
we actually human beings tend to be nice. We are looking for nice things on life, I guess. But then take a look at the media, or you're feeling like something is wrong with the human being. If you see around, whatever. And that is a different perspective. I guess perception, because going away by bike is make you complete different person in order to perceive the same thing that other people.
Yeah, I think media is a problem, in a fairly big problem, because fear is the thing that sells well on media. That's what people want to watch, it seems. So the news is always filled with fear, and commercials too. They fill you up with fear. Like, if you don't buy this product, nobody will like you, and if you don't have this car, you'll never have fun. So, the media and advertising just fills you up with all this anxiety, which is really unnecessary. And yeah, you should get out and bike instead of watching television, that's for sure.
You're going to teach to the students, and they're going to perceive you as a different... you're going to put some elements in your way to teach people from now on?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've always done that in the past. I teach engineering students, so a lot of young engineering students, they kind of have the wrong idea. They're in it because, I think they're going to get a high-paying job. So, they're thinking about money, and often they're thinking, I want to design a Ferrari or a jet airplane. They want to build cool stuff, But I kind of emphasize, maybe you should use your smart knowledge to save the planet and think about the environment and get a job that's actually going to help the planet. So this is what I push onto the students and try to inspire them to do so. So it's important, because people like me, professors, can be role models, and military too. Like, especially in the United States, a lot of the U.S. students end up working for the military because they pay the highest. So this is a big problem. A lot of our smart minds end up going to places where they, make military stuff. And so this is all wrong. Anyways, if I can influence at least a few people all over the world here and there, then maybe I've done my job. So I teach in August 30th. I start teaching again. I only have about 2 years left, and I'm going to retire. But probably every class I'm going to put some kind of plug for, or at least talk a little bit about my journey in every class. So
you can be retired at 60 in Canada, early retirement plan.
I could, but it's going to be 65 for me. I'm 63 now, and gonna wait till 65, and then we'll see. I've got all kinds of different ideas of what I want to do next.
Yeah, because you need a time, for example, in order to traveling. Like, if you want to do it again, or you want to go somewhere and you need like 4 or 5 months and stuff, you need time, no?
Yeah, so I'm working on a documentary film about this journey. So this is it's going to be about cycling and recycling around the world. And so I need time to work on this. I think this might be a success, and who knows, maybe I'll be working on a second film 2 years from now. So I've got ideas about maybe just becoming a film guy, instead of a professor. This might be a fun kind of second childhood or a third childhood. And so that's, if I ever do this again, maybe I'm going to make sure that I have more of a following so that I can, or more of a professional camera person following me around.
You want to say a message to people around the world about your project and what you think the last words?
Well, like I said, I'm Larry Lessard from the Bike 62 project. I have a website, www.bike62.com. And although I've just finished my 1-year journey, over the next year I'm going to be making my documentary film. So there's lots more to come and lots more interesting stuff to come out. So I hope people will go to my website, and maybe you can look at my YouTube and my Instagram and see the kind of things I've been doing.
Thanks very much. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye-bye.